Welcome back to the Juice Podcast. Cody Mitchell here with the Southland Conference Tournament preview. It was a wild day, man. You had Drake upsetting number 1 seed Belmont in Missouri Valley. Winthrop coming back from, 7 down with 45 seconds left to win against Charleston Southern, who was one of my long shots. Which kind of hurt there, but we did end up betting on Winthrop minus 4.5, so we did cover there. And then this one here is a little insane. South Alabama was dominating this entire game against Georgia Southern, and Georgia Southern just went on the most crazy fucking run to beat them. And I don't know, it was a blowout. Or it wasn't a blowout. They were like 10 comfortably, and then Georgia Southern ends up winning that one. Pretty big. Also in the Valley, man, looks like right now Northern Illinois is up by 8 on Illinois State, who is my winner. I need them to come back here. And honestly, they do. I like their chances to still win this conference. This tournament, it's wide open. But for today, we are doing the Southland Conference. Southland's probably the best we've seen the Southland in a long, long time. There's a lot of really, really good teams here. I apologize for the double UT Rio Grande Valley odds there. I didn't see how I messed that one up there. But yeah, I want to see exactly where this conference ranked. Because I believe typically you should see the Southland in the bottom 8, bottom 7. Sometimes they're one of the worst conferences in the country. And actually this year, they're the 18th. That's insane for this league. But it's awesome. Let's get right into the bracket. It's a pretty simple bracket. Got your double buys. And then you go, or actually, no, sorry, this is the wrong one here. We do have that weird triple buy system. It's only an 18 conference league that actually make the tournament. The 1 and 2 seeds get the double buy. The 3 and the 4 get the single buy. And then you have the 8 and 5, and 7 and 6 playing in the first round. So we're going to jump right into it. The first game, New Orleans, Houston Christian, the 5 and the 8. For me, I have the Privateers and Master P advancing on to the next round. Little bit, New Orleans is one of the wildest teams, I think, and the most slept-on teams we've seen in years. So they start the year off with a win over TCU. Lost to LSU, got blown out. Then they beat Tulane by 22 on the road. They take Mississippi State to overtime. So that's 2 already power wins there. Or technically, they didn't beat Mississippi State. They took them to overtime, though. And then Tulane wins typically a pretty decent mid-major. And then they also have losses on here to Southern Louisiana on the road, East Texas A&M at home. But then they've also beaten in league Stephen F. Austin. What do you call that? The waves, the highs and the lows for this team are just off the charts. So you kind of don't know what you're getting from a weekend or a game-by-game basis. If you get this team that showed up against TCU or Stephen F. Austin, they can win this whole thing, or they could lose to Houston Christian, unfortunately, is the other side. As far as the other game, I have Nichols over Northwestern State to advance to the second round. And oddly enough, in this second round matchup here, I'm also going to advance the Privateers, and I'm also going to advance Nichols State. I think both teams coming off a game before. We've seen it already in this tournament. It's been happening in the Sun Belt like crazy. Familiarity with the rims. You're in game speed already. You don't have cold legs. I think the shots fall for these guys, and they had both advanced onto the semifinals. Now, the shitty thing is, in the semifinals, as much as I really want this bracket to be chaotic, I don't really see it. I have Stephen F. Austin and McNeese both advancing to the championship game to play each other once again. So McNeese kind of didn't, they didn't completely fall off after losing Will Wade. And that's awesome to see. And then on the other side, with Stephen F. Austin. Matt Brower is just a hell of a job in year one. 27-4 already on the season. He might be one and done in Stephen A. I'd be really shocked if maybe, I don't think a P5 school is going to pick him up. It's probably going to be a high mid-major, but I have a good feeling he's probably gone. I mean, that is going to be one of the names on the coaching carousel that is going to pop basically everywhere. And then for me, these two teams, Stephen F. Austin and McNeese, split during the regular season. Stephen F. Austin lost by 2 on the road to McNeese, and then they got him by 7 at home. But I have the one-seeded Lumberjacks returning to the NCAA tournament. All is right in this world, and I think the sport of college basketball is better when Stephen F. Austin is playing in the NCAA tournament. I just remember all those years with them being like a 13 seed and being like super frisky, the Thomas Walkup team. Like, Stephen F. Austin to me just is a mid-major that I think America's used to seeing in the NCAA tournament. Now, if you're going to bet this, and my best bets here are the two favorites, McNeese and Stephen F. Austin. I do think both of them are going to end up in the championship game. And then from there on out, you got both champions there. And then, like I said, with the highs and the lows, take a shot at the Privateers 30-1. They could lose the first game to Houston Christian, or they can win this whole thing. You just never know. And if we can string together 3 games in a row and at least get to the title game, you got a hedge spot there, and you can figure out what to do from there. But this team has the capability of doing that. But again, it also kind of have the capability to lose in the first round. It's kind of how it works. All right, that basically wraps up the first wave of the conference tournament season. I will be back probably the next couple days with the rest of them. I think we got like 10 left to do. This has been fun. It's been awesome. Enjoy the conference tournament season. It's the best time of year. Till then, see you guys. I'm out of here.